Good morning, it's Thursday, 25th of January. Today my plan is to start with a coding session. It's 9 a.m. now. Then I will have a chess training session with my coach at 11. And then probably back to coding with some biking session meanwhile. And at 4 p.m. I will have a weekly call with our project client and the developer team. And that's the plan. Maybe in the evening I will go to Wrocław for a chess tournament, but that's still undecided. We'll see. There are some organizing things that I'm involved in. Like in March, we'll organize the Ruby conference called Wrocław RB in Wrocław, Poland. This is a conference we're doing every year for like the last, 7 years. And as this is a community activity, but as Arkency, we are also planning the next Rails DDD workshops, domain-driven design workshops. And we are thinking about which cities to visit. So my candidates is Copenhagen and Oslo in Norway. But actually, I think it would be best if we have at least one edition of the workshop every quarter. So there might be a chance we'll do 4 of them in 2018. So during a coding session, I obviously have one task assigned. So it's one feature or one bug fix. But it's not the only thing that I'm doing, because I believe there is more that I have to do as part of my job here. So one thing is to clean the technical debt. It doesn't get cleaned magically for free. Someone has to do it, and I do it as part of my ticket, and I see the areas around and I try to fix it. Second thing is that I might be able to discover some problems with the current code base in terms of new bugs that no one noticed before, because I can see in the code, you can see it much better that in certain situations there is actually a bug possible. So then you can try to reproduce it, and if it's there, I think it's my duty to submit a bug to the backlog and ask the client or ask the product owner to prioritize it, whether it's important or not. But at least I did move it away from my work. So if it was easy and I would be pretty sure that it was a bug, I would just fix it as part of my feature. But if it's additional work, then it's better to have it separated. So I did some refactorings, some preparation to implement the feature. My idea how to proceed with implementing the feature kind of was blocked. I didn't realize that some part of data is missing at one level. And instead of staring at the computer and thinking about it, I decided to go for a quick walk to the forest and clear my mind and rethink whether to actually start with another attempt or this attempt can still work. So basically we use the event-driven architecture, and in one event I forgot we actually are not able to send certain data. And now I need to think how to prepare this data. So next up in the calendar is a training session with my coach, and this will take about 2 hours. Then it's again coding, and then, as I said, I'm still not sure that I like to go for a chess tournament in the evening. So the thing with the chess tournament is that I actually need to drive there to Wrocław, and it's about like 50 minutes, 60 minutes of a car drive for me to get there in the evening, and then obviously coming back. And given that right now I have no commuting at all in my life, this sounds like a big waste of time to spend the time in the car or something like this. That would be my old myself thinking, but in my life I lived in London for 2 years, so quite a big city, crowded city when you compare it to this small village now. So I do know what it's like to live in a big city. I also lived in Munich in Germany and in Wrocław in Poland. But before I moved to London, I always thought that even a half an hour drive somewhere or half an hour bus drive is a lot. But in London I learned that everywhere you want to get, it's like 1 hour drive with the subway, or usually between like 40 minutes or 1 hour to get to the France, to get to the work or something like that. So when I came back from London, this was one of my life lessons for me, that it's okay, it's actually not that big. If you grab a book with you or a podcast, then that's fine. So that's my plan for today. If I go to Wrocław, I'll just prepare some podcasts or some audiobooks to listen to, or maybe some phone call to arrange and talk to someone while driving. I actually prefer to just listen, so that will be the goal. And then it's actually, it's not such a waste of time. It's more like an investment, because it's part of my chess improving plan. I really love playing chess. So going there to Wrocław will let me earn being able to play about 16 games with good players from Wrocław. And then I have some material to analyze, learn from my mistakes, learn the openings better. So this is a big opportunity. So when I look at it as this, and the whole car driving is all pretty cool. Small change of plans, because my chess coach couldn't make it at the agreed time. So back to coding. Still struggling with this feature and the problem with passing data. Trying a different time and trying to understand the flow exactly, and at what level we can change the flow. So I'm not looking for a shortcut, I'm looking for what would be the perfect design, and then see how I can get there. So after the call with the client, it's now almost 5 p.m. I will be continuing my coding session trying to finish the feature, and probably in 1 hour from now I will go to Wrocław to play chess. I will try to record something from the chess tournament for you too. I have just arrived to Wrocław for the chess tournament, exactly on time. Hope I am not late too much. And I'm back home from the chess tournament. I was the third, 8.5 points out of 14. So not bad. I took many notes from the games, so now I'm going to work on those games to find my weaknesses and keep improving them. So today you were able to see how I had this kind of a day where I have been mixing chess and work, so my passion and my work during one day. So I've had many coding sessions, I've had a client meeting, but also in the morning I was preparing for a chess training. Then I actually had a chess training alone instead of with a trainer. And then in the evening going to the chess tournament. While I was driving by car, I've had 1 hour here and there. I listened to 3 podcasts with 3 interviews with strong chess grandmasters, like for example Judith Polgar. So I learned a lot about chess culture and chess wisdom overall. And that's the way I'm trying to connect those two things, work and chess, and mixing them during my day. As always, thanks for watching, and see you in